Conquer Team, Coach Dom here with a whiteboard for you, and we are talking today about the major mistakes athletes make during the Open or leading up to the Open for the most talk about it. But we'll kind of go in between both of those and just talk briefly on a couple topics. So 3 things I'm going to talk about today. We're talking about nutrition first, and a lot of times I'll see athletes come to me and they'll be like, hey, I want to change my nutrition. And then we look at the timeline and the Open starts 2 weeks later. That is not the ideal time to change up your nutrition. This should have been done months ago, months prior to leading up to this. And you should have at least a month under your belt of practicing different ways, whether it is adding more carbs to your diet, maybe eating a little bit more the day before, a little bit after, whatever that might be, whatever you've talked about it with your coach, is where you should go about it. But the main fact I want to get across is do not change things right now. If anything, most people will have a negative effect to that or a negative reaction to that. And we don't want anything that we can control, especially to hinder our performance, our recovery, or just our mindset going into this. Sometimes you'll feel a little bit heavier and that will affect your mindset. And you're like, oh, I can't do burpees as fast or whatever it might be. Even if it is not fully true, it will make that a negative impact on your score and on your just mental well-being during the Open. The next thing that I want to talk about is kind of in the middle of the Open. So not recording yourself. Whether you're going to make it or not, recording yourself during the Open is going to help you get better in the long run. So you'll be able to see where your transitions are slowing down or how fast these reps are taking as opposed to how fast they should be going or whatever it might be. But again, having a coach to help break that down for you will be really beneficial for you and the coach to learn more about you, especially if they're newer in your life and in your time spent going over training and trying to improve on your training. We'll know how to break down repetition and where you should be doing 1 rep per second as opposed to 1 rep every 4 seconds or however that might be. So recording yourselves not only for the purpose of recording it and being able to submit scores, but also for you to better yourself as an athlete. And then lastly, which kind of ties in all of this, is not recovering properly. That is probably the number one. And listen, I am my own worst critic and my own worst advice follower. And when I was competing in the Open, I did a workout 4 times in one day. I've done a workout 4 times from Friday to Monday. I've done all of that stuff and I did get better, but in the long run, I was severely injured because of that. And I don't want that to happen to anybody else. And the idea is to understand when you should be doing the workout, resting, recovering, maybe not doing a lot of high intensity in between there or a lot of lifting in between there, and then repeating that on Monday if that is in the cards for you. So nutrition, don't change it. Don't change anything. Record yourself to get better as an athlete. Recover, 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 recover. Those are my tips for you. Enjoy the Open, guys. We'll talk to you soon. See ya.